This weather, perfect for soup. That's why January is National Soup Month. Foodland Ontario home economist Teresa Makarewicz has a couple of tasty options for us, and I guess we're going to start off. The first one is a vegetable soup.
That's right. It's a plant-based vegetable lentil soup, and it makes a large amount, so it's crowd-pleasing. So you need a large pot to make it in. And I have the pot. I have a video of this on medium-high heat. I'm combining vegetable oil and butter, or you could use whatever you have on hand. And I'm adding 2 cups each of local onions, carrots, and celeriac. And maybe if you don't know what celeriac is, it's also called celery root. It's a root vegetable, and it has a mild celery flavor to it. And you could enjoy it raw, or you can have it cooked like we have in our soup recipe. It stores in the refrigerator for 2 weeks, and it has a nice mild celery flavor. So you would cook that mixture of the vegetables for 5 to 7 minutes, or until they're slightly tender. And then we would add our parsley, half a cup, a teaspoon of oregano, and salt and pepper. Stir that, cook it for a few minutes, and after that, you would be adding 2 cups of brown lentils, and lentils is what we're going to get our fiber and also our plant protein from. And we added a can of tomatoes and 8 cups of vegetable broth. Now, I used a combination of homemade broth that I make from my vegetable scraps that I keep in the freezer, and also store-bought. So that cooks for about 30 minutes. And
okay, we're gonna, if we could just bring up the photo then of this soup again. This is the vegetable lentil soup. Do you have to rinse off the lentils at all before you put them in?
I do rinse all my lentils and grains. It just removes any of the dust from them. And you could use whatever lentils you might have on hand. If you have green lentils, you could use them. They will work. Don't use the red lentils, because the red lentils will fall apart, green or brown. So we try to suggest that you use what you have in the pantry and use our Foodland recipes as a guideline. And you can find this recipe on foodlandontario.ca.
Okay, so you say that this is a good one for freezing as well, and we'll have that link up at chch.com. You've got another one, a beef barley soup that looks really good.
That's right. And what you're doing is using a small amount of beef, 250 grams, and you're combining it with some local vegetables and barley, and you're extending that beef. So pat it dry. And the reason you pat it dry is so that you get a nice sear. Season it with salt and pepper, and then you cook that for 3 to 5 minutes or until it's browned. And after that, we're adding in again local root vegetables. So we have some diced Ontario onion, we have some carrots, and again, we're adding the celeriac. So we're using what's in season. And for seasonings, you add in dry thyme, or if you have fresh thyme, you could use that, and 3 cloves of garlic, and then you cook that until it softens up. You just add beef broth afterwards, and 2 cups of water, and pearl barley, or you can use pot barley. Again, use what you have in your pantry, and you simmer that for 15 minutes. And after you've done that, well, I guess you won't be able to see, but you would add in some local green cabbage, which again is in season, and also diced parsnips. Now, if you don't have parsnips, or your family, it's not their favorite, then go ahead and, up the carrots or add more celeriac to your vegetables. So again, we're using our Foodland Ontario recipes as a guideline. So you have 2 tasty meals in a bowl, and they're both prepared with seasonal vegetables.
And who knew that Ontario farmers grew celeriac, or what is celery root? That's basically what it is, right?
It's celery root, but it's not the root from the celery. It's its own vegetable, and it's also cool. It could be labeled celery root or celeriac. I know, It's amazing, isn't it?
Alrighty, we will have those recipes then. Nice to talk to you, not see you, but hey, we did it. So we'll have both recipes up at chch.com. Thanks, Teresa.
Thank you so much.